Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a first impression / review of the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, which comes in a stick form, and I have shade 220, which is natural beige. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know I've done a review on the original formula, but if you haven't seen that video, I will link it somewhere up here or below in the description box. Now, I picked this up yesterday at my local Superdrug, but you can get it as well at Boots. The reason why I didn't pick it up at Boots, which is my favorite store, is because every foundation in there is opened. I don't know what's going on, and I was looking for one that's completely sealed, so I got this one. This is supposed to be oil-free, and it's also supposed to have, here in the center, a shine-free core. Not really sure if it's going to work on my skin or not. There's a lot of like mixed reviews on YouTube, but I really wanted to try this one because as much as I like the finish of the original formula, it didn't work for my oily skin. Two hours into my day, my skin was very oily. So as this one is shine free, it's supposed to be good for combination to oily skin, but I've also heard that if you have any dry patches, it may cling to those. So I just wanted to try it for myself and give you guys an honest first impression and review. So I thought today would be the perfect day for me to try a new foundation because I had huge breakouts a couple of days ago, and I really want to see what type of coverage this foundation gives and how long it lasts on the skin. So to apply my foundation, I'll be using the Real Techniques buffing brush, which is my favorite brush ever, and I have a mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to do half of my face first and see the difference between the two sides. So I'm going to start with some swipes and see how well this builds up. So I don't know exactly how to apply this foundation, so I'm just going to go like that and then just swipe it down. It blends really nicely to start off with. Very nice. And I didn't apply a primer. Recently I have not been applying primer with any of my foundations because the moisturizer that I've been using is perfect for a base underneath my foundations. So I'm not going to do any different with this one. Okay, so this is one layer, no foundation on this side, but I have foundation on this side. You can clearly see that it did not cover these breakouts that I have, but I will probably, on a normal situation, a normal day, I would just go over with some concealer, but it didn't cover them, and I also have a few up here. So it definitely did not cover any of those. So I'm going to go with a second layer and see how well it builds up. So I'm done with the second layer of foundation, and I can still see the breakouts. I don't think you can get anywhere from sheer to light coverage. I still don't see this as being medium coverage because it didn't cover any of my breakouts. So I'm done with my makeup, and I have set the foundation with a powder because I do that with all my foundations. I know for a review sometimes people don't set it with a powder, but I need to do that or else a foundation like this is not going to last, especially if it's a drugstore foundation. But the powder that I used is the Maybelline powder from the Fit Me line in 220, which is the same shade as the foundation. I used this before with the original formula, and I think it's great to use it together because it just made the foundation look so much nicer. I didn't use any concealer because I want to see throughout the day if the foundation is going to break down on me and show these a lot more. Now this comes with 9 ml of product. I'm not really sure how much that is in grams, but that's what it says here. And it's supposed to come in about 12 shades. I think I've only seen about 10 in my local Boots and local Superdrug. And at first they retailed for $6.99, but actually looking on the website, on the Boots website, they're now selling it for $8.99, but they're on promotion, so if you buy one item you can get something else half off. So if you're interested in trying the foundation, I'm just going to quickly read what the website says, and this is the Maybelline website. It says, new Fit Me 2-in-1 anti-shine foundation, our first easy to use gel stick foundation enriched with anti-shine core for lightweight, natural looking matte coverage. Now when I first applied the foundation and before I went to do the rest of my makeup, it did look quite matte and it did feel like a matte finish, so it doesn't have that stickiness of the original formula. It did stay quite matte and nothing transferred onto my hand, but as I said, it still shows my breakouts over here. It is a plus if it stays matte, but I don't think it stays matte for a long time because I've only had the foundation for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and I can see my nose getting a little bit dewy but not super oily. But over here I can definitely see that, and I'm not sure if the camera's picking up, but I can see that. Overall the foundation is looking pretty nice. I can see the foundation's, you know, sinking into some of my fine lines, you know, like my laugh lines. It's not sinking into my lines that I have underneath my eyes, and I also have lines on my forehead. I have a couple of lines there, and the foundation is not sinking in to those lines, so that is a huge plus. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear this foundation throughout the day. It is now 20 past 10 in the morning. I'm going to show you guys the time. It's let me put some light on in here because my phone is on the lower setting, but it's 10:18 right now, and I'll probably be checking with you guys in a couple of hours, 3 to 4 hours, and see how the foundation is doing. So I'm back with my first update. It's been about 4 hours since I've applied the foundation, and it is now 10 to 2. And I am starting to look quite shiny. I started looking quite shiny around the third hour, and I didn't blot, I didn't powder, didn't do anything, but I feel like I need to blot right now. Besides that, the foundation is still looking perfectly fine. It hasn't faded anywhere, but hopefully the camera is picking up how shiny I am, and I can't deal with it, so I have some blotting papers and I'm going to blot and see how much oil comes out and foundation. So I'm going to do this, and if you guys have oily skin, you should try and buy some things like this because they're amazing. I can't live without these. I'm not transferring that much oil. I'm actually quite surprised. I was expecting a lot more oil to come out of my skin, but I definitely need to just blot in these areas. So by looking at the camera, sorry, having some allergy here. Looking at the camera, the blotting paper has done the job. I'm not going to apply any powder. I usually, on a day-to-day basis, I only apply powder around the 5th or the 6th hour into my day, so I'm not going to do that. And I guess I'll be back in a couple of hours. So I'm back from my last update, and it is now 10 past 6 p.m. and I have a mirror here so I can scrutinize my own face. The foundation, do you know what? I am actually quite surprised. The foundation did pretty well on my face. However, when it comes to my blemishes, you know, these huge breakouts I have here on my face, they are a lot more visible now, but it's been about 8 hours. I didn't wear a primer. I just set the foundation with a powder. So the blush is still in the right place, and everything else seems to be pretty fine. I do look tired. My concealer has worn off a little bit. I only reapplied my lipstick, and I had to blot one more time, but I wasn't expecting any other way. This is not a long wearing foundation. They don't claim it to be a long wearing foundation. And when I was looking at when I was reading reviews, and when I was looking at the description of the foundation, it says it's a shine-free foundation, but it doesn't say how long it keeps you shine-free. So that is something that if you're interested in this foundation, you need to keep in mind. It does not say it will keep you shine-free up to whatever time. It just says it's a shine-free foundation. It pretty much stayed shine free for like 45 minutes. After that, it just gave me a very natural glow, which I don't mind. And I think the foundation still looks pretty fine. So I would say this is a thumbs up in comparison to the original formula. I really like it. I can see myself wearing this during the day. Maybe not in the summer, but now that fall winter are knocking at my door, I'll definitely be wearing this a lot more. I actually like the shade, even though I was saying it didn't really match with my neck. It blends in quite well, and even my husband gave me a compliment. He said the foundation looked very natural. So like I said, it's a thumbs up. I like it, and I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If there's anything you guys want to know, please comment below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.